G'day guys, how's it going? It is JarradHD here. Welcome to the 9th episode in season number 1 of the Chelsea FIFA 17 Career Mode series. Why did I just go all foreign for a bit there? Anyways, today's episode is a pretty good one. We will be kicking off the January transfer window, and I will let you guys know that we have a very special guest coming on to give us his thoughts. We will also have some Premier League action. Hopefully we can get to the top of the table, only a few points off first place Crystal Palace, so I am very excited for that. But anyways, if you do go on to enjoy today's episode, don't forget to leave a like on the video. Also, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below if you are new around here. We are posting career mode content on the daily. But without further ado, let's get into your press conference questions. As always, fellas, if you want your questions to be answered in the next episode, leave your comment and your question down below. And the first question in today's press conference comes from Jetpack Viper. They say, what is the team you are most afraid of in the Premier League? Right now, it would have to be Manchester United. When we played them, they were probably the best team that we did face. Leicester were pretty decent as well, and Arsenal were pretty decent. But Man United, they had those big name players like Pogba and Ibrahimovic, who absolutely just destroyed us in that game. So whenever we come up against them, they are so hard, and I'm probably the most afraid of them. But that being said, I'm not really afraid of anyone. They're just the teams that we have to be the most cautious around. Randra Pardeo says, do you think Aurier has been a flop so far? I'm going to be honest and let you guys know, I have not been impressed one bit with Aurier so far. He is constantly out of position. He's constantly missing tackles. He really has not been worth it so far. But that being said, it's only early days so far. He's only been here for a few months, so I will give him time. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully he will get better. Abandoned says, will you ever sell Courtois and buy anyone like Bern Leno? For the whole series, my plan is not to sell Courtois. I just think it'll be an unnecessary transfer if we get rid of Courtois. He is already in this first season one of the most highest rated goalkeepers on the game. We've got him up to a 90 rating already through training, so I don't see any need to bring in a new goalkeeper and spend money that we could use on other positions when we already have one of the best in the world. And the final question in today's press conference comes from Lucas Hagdorn. He says, hey Jared, I know you are saying we need a new young centre-back, but why don't you just call Andres Christensen back from loan? He's a great defender and young as well. That is a really good point you have made. I haven't thought about that. However, I do have a few centre-backs that I do have my eye on to be immediate impacts, which I will be discussing later in the episode once we hit January. But it is definitely a great point you bring up. Christensen is an option if we can't bring in a centre-back in this window, and he's an option going forward as well. I've just got to evaluate the squad and see where he would fit in. So that will conclude today's press conference. Thank you guys once again for your fantastic questions. Let's get it straight into the episode, however. Alright, so at the back end of the last episode, you might have remembered that I did offer some contracts to players that had less than 12 months. I didn't want them leaving on a free in January, and I offered them the value that they're currently on, but all of them have declined here. Eduardo, John Terry, and Branislav Ivanovic have all said that they want more money. And in all honesty, the only person that I am tempted to offer more money is Ivanovic. John Terry and Eduardo are easily replaceable. Terry is real old, and Eduardo, he isn't nothing special. He's only a backup goalkeeper, so I'm happy for those guys to leave on a free. If they don't get picked up in January, then that's fine. I've just gone to offer Ivanovic a new contract. He's one of the players that I would be keen to offer some more money, but it's not currently available for contract renegotiation. Fair enough, mate, suit yourself. But we do have a scouting update here from B. Kelly. He is scouting in the Netherlands. This guy here, Jan Jacobs, he actually looks decent. He's gone to Torino. Is there anybody else that looks half decent? It doesn't look like it. I'm going to reject a bunch of these players and then go through and see if anyone's worth signing. So I would have signed that guy, but none of these other guys, unless they get to their 90s. This guy here, okay, I'm going to sign this guy. Joshua Vermeulen, I'm going to sign him up. Luke de Graaf is tempting, but I'm just going to scout them for the rest. So we are at home here for the opening game in today's episode. It is against Bournemouth in the Premier League. Hopefully we can collect 3 points against the Cherries. So let's take a quick look here at our starting 11. It's a little bit rotational, still some very strong players in there, but we do have 3 games in about 6 days in today's episode, so we have to be strategic with how we play our players. And then here is the Bournemouth starting 11. Players we have to watch out for: Jack Wilshere we have to watch out for, Callum Wilson up front, Harry Arter in CDM. They've got a decent side. They've got Heaton from Burnley as their goalkeeper. That's a pretty good picker. Kurt Zuma up against Wilson here. Wilson gets past him. He gets him off his feet, and Bournemouth, Jack Wilshere almost gave them an early lead. We suck early on, but Kurt Zuma, really not impressed with him so far this season. They're on the attack here again. Jack Wilshere for Bournemouth takes a long shot, and Jack Wilshere has found the back of the net from that range. Are you kidding me? There is nothing we can do about that one. I'm just jockeying with Jack Wilshere, and he bangs it in off the post. Bournemouth have come out of the blocks absolutely firing. Look at that. John Terry couldn't have done much more there. And Jack Wilshere has just absolutely destroyed us. That is class. Wilson's on the attack. Arter, good save from Courtois. I thought we were about to concede another long shot there. So a corner here for Bournemouth. They have absolutely been killing us to start this game. It goes in there. Arter with the header, but he misses it. Bournemouth are attacking. They've been all over us so far. They've had all the opportunities. They chipped that one. Alonso's so far in field, but we're lucky that it wasn't a very good touch. But we pass it straight out there. They shoot and they score another one. I'm so done. Jack Wilshere again. I might have to look at picking up Wilshere at some stage because he has been absolutely killing us. Granted, they shouldn't have had that second opportunity. Look at this, it goes in there. Kurt Zuma just passes it straight out. Should have just belted it. But my God, Jack Wilshere has killed us. Good stuff from Zuma up against Wilshere. Goes to Rodriguez. I see you, Willian. Nice ball to Willian. We need some attacking options. Bournemouth have a lot of players back. Willian still got it. Willian has it again. Willian still got it. What the hell? Cross it. Back post. Oh, freaking hell. Don't know how he held onto it for that long. Still on though. James to Costa to Pedro. Pedro shoots. Not good enough, but Heaton almost spilled the beans. Kante. Here we go. We've got an opportunity out on the right. Costa through to James Rodriguez. Can he get us back into this game? James shoots. That is 2-1. He scores another goal. No need to celebrate. He just needs to go and pick up the ball. And we have about 25 minutes now to get an equaliser. Here we go. Kante. I've just brought Reginald Golan on. Bournemouth look like they're sitting pretty far back though, but we're passing it through. I see you, Costa. We're going to go to Costa. I see you, Golan, but we're going to go to Willian instead. No, we're going to go to Ivanovic. Come on, somebody. Costa. Diego Costa shoots. Scores the goal. 2-2. We've got 10 minutes now to get a winner. Diego Costa, very, very good goal there. We have come back from 2-0 down, and we have got the equaliser. They just gave us too much space, but that was a very nice ball there and a great touch. The Bournemouth defender just let Costa run too much, and he puts it into the bottom corner. That is the Diego Costa we want to see. Good stuff from Ivanovic. Here we go. Golan going to Batshuayi. Can we get a winner? Imagine that. Oh, go Golan. Fresh off the bench. He's got fresh legs up against Francis. He cuts around. Go on. I'm just controlling. I see you, Willian. Willian shoots. Blocked. Again, no, what's going on, Golan? Oh my God. That is going to be full time, lads. A 2-2 draw here against Bournemouth. A very, very entertaining game. They dominated the first half. We dominated the second half, and ultimately, we're sharing points. I think that's a fair result. Jack Wilshere, that man, absolutely destroyed us, and he is someone that I could be potentially interested in bringing to the club throughout this series, giving him a second chance in his career. We are at home once again for the final game in the Premier League before the January transfer window opens up. It is a cold London night taking on a team that is used to cold night games, Stoke City. Here is the Premier League standings. We are in 4th position, but a win here could potentially see us go top of the table if things go our way. Arsenal and Crystal Palace are now tied for top. This is going to be our starting 11 for today's game. A little bit rotational once again, but it is much stronger than the side that we rocked against friggin' Bournemouth. We do have a game against Spurs coming up on the 2nd of January. This is the 30th of December, so I have to be a little bit smart. And then here is the Stoke City starting 11. Jack Butland is in goals. We got Xherdan Shaqiri, Jonathan Walters up front, Anordovic, Glenn Whelan, Joe Allen. They've got a half-decent side. We have to definitely make sure that we play a lot better in this first half than we did against Bournemouth. Matic, I see you. Great run there from Eden Hazard. He's going to pass it first time to Costa. Great through ball there to Hazard. Hazard's going to have the strike. Good save, Butland. Hazard was looking for his first goal of the season. Still on though. Goes to Nainggolan. He takes a long strike. Goes to Dybala. We're just looking for a goal scoring opportunity. Hazard's second opportunity. Still bad. Stoke on the attack. Looking for an opportunity. And Mbula through to Whelan. Whelan to Joe Allen. Joe Allen getting through. He goes there. Thank you very much. Oh, come on, Cahill. We've got to pass it better than that. They shoot, and I thought they just dicked us. Goes to Hazard. Hazard back. Still on. Dybala. Nice ball to Diego Costa. Make the run. Passing that one. Oh, Dybala gets first there, and Dybala finds the back of the net and gives us the lead here against Stoke. I was not expecting that. I thought the centre-back got there, but Dybala just turned on the jets. The Stoke centre-back kind of lost his attention, and we have the lead. Let's take a look at this on the replay. It was some nice passing here between our forwards. Yeah, the Stoke defender was just flat-footed. Cameron was flat-footed, and it was a class finish from Dybala. We're just trying to get some open players. No worries about freaking getting it away early, just trying to get some space. So Nainggolan, he goes through. Dybala's onside, and that is a good save from Jack Butland. I thought he was offside for a second, but that was a good strike. Good opportunity. Alright, off the corner. What can we do? I'm going to put it short there. Well, short-ish near the penalty spot. Goes back. Costa. Oh, goes up. Who is that? Gary Cahill. Gary Cahill. Did he score it? No, what? He just had like 3 opportunities at goals, and all of them were goal line clearances. That is remarkable. Look, he goes to tap that one off the post, and it's a corner. No, it's not. He got the last touch. Free kick here for Stoke. I'm not feeling too good about it. Xherdan Shaqiri has been known to score some bangers. Shaqiri hits it! Oh my god, I thought we were going to concede. Go on, Hazard. He's got a bit of space. I see you, Costa. We've got to wait for the right moment, though. Hazard, jumping straight over the challenge. He's going to go through there. Costa! He's going to square it. Nainggolan! Straight. Oh, good save. Chip it again. Costa! There it is! Diego Costa gets a well-deserved goal. I thought he was going to have it first time, but there it is. That is a 2-0 advantage. We get an achievement for it as well. A downward header. That was very, very nice. And that looks like we've put Stoke to the sword. They're on the attack here, Stoke. Oh, it goes back. Finn Bogson hits that one. Good save from Courtois. And they take the corner here. Hopefully we can keep the clean sheet. That would be very, very nice. Goes in there. They get the header. Get rid of it, Matic. Good stuff. There it is, lads. That is full time, and that is a comfortable 2-0 victory against Stoke City. Some very nice team play in that performance. Very, very pleased that we were able to bounce back from that drop points exhibition against Bournemouth to perform a nice professional side, a nice professional performance here, and get 3 points. Alright guys, so on the line right now, we have one of our head scouts. It is B Monas. He has been scouring all over Europe, trying to find us the perfect fit for this transfer window.
Thank you, Coach, for having me on. You know, it's a pleasure working with Chelsea Football Club, and I hope that some of these players can play a role for you in the future.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so you told me, go ahead, be scouting right mids, right wingers. We're going to start out with a recently transferred guy, but since you're in the January window, is that correct?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
Let me check my date on what it is. Yes, it is, in fact, January. The first guy that we're looking at is from Celta Vigo. His name is Sisto. He can play the right mid, left mid, and the right winger position. Age 21, and he's got pretty high potential. Not maybe the highest tier guy, but he's very skillful. 4-star weak foot. He's got very good movement, pace, acceleration, agility, balance. He's all got it. And what I really like about him, good stamina as well. 80 stamina. He can run up and down the pitch for days. You said you wanted kind of a backup for Willian. He kind of fits the mold of a Willian, even to the fact that he's a little bit, he's not the best, but in the defensive stats, he can put in a tackle. He can man mark pretty well, which is something that Willian is a little bit better than most wingers at. So if you want to go for him, he is an interesting player. Only 5'7" though, so not going to win too many headers. But he's a pretty good kid. What do you think?
Well, looking at the documents that you have sent me over, the appealing factors are his weak foot and his skill moves. That is going to be very handy running down the line. As you said, he's 5'7", winning headers is not going to be where he is strongest, but that is not important for us. We do not play out on the wings with the crossing game. As long as he has the pace and he has the ability to back up Willian, then he is definitely on my shortlist. Now, I believe in the facts you said there was somebody else in the right mid position that looked pretty good as well.
Yeah, and I'm excited about this kid. His name is Gelson Martins, and a lot of people are tipping their hats for him to be possibly the next Cristiano Ronaldo. He might. Maybe a player that you've heard of. He plays for the same club that Ronaldo came from Sporting CP. He's worth 12 million, so he's double the price. But for what you're buying right here, you're getting a very good player right out of the box. 90 above in all the scouted stats for movement, pretty much, except for reactions, which is at 80. Insane, just all around. Dribbling already in the high 83s. Ball control excellent as well at the 81s. Not the best at finishing. Sisto definitely hasn't beat there, and not the highest stamina player. So this is the stuff that you have to kind of recognize, and also not the strongest player as well. But both players have excellent long shots, or are capable of delivering long shots, and he also has the 4-star in both weak foot and skill moves, and he's a little bit better at positioning. He's not really going to put in a tackle for you though.
Now, B, I do believe you said both of these players are 21 years old, so that is definitely a nice factor to see. Like you said, they're not so strong, their stamina isn't so great, but their age means that we can work with them. And seeing that this guy, you did say he is potentially the next Cristiano Ronaldo, I'm not going to fail like my predecessors have. I do not want to miss out on the next Ronaldo, so I'm definitely leaning right now to this Martins fella.
Hey man, I don't think you could go wrong either way, but I'm not going to argue with that. Gelson Martins seems like a phenomenal choice. All right, so we're going to move on. You wanted to scout some younger center backs. You got some aging ones over there at Chelsea, so we're going to go in right here to the first guy that we're going to display. Uruguayan Mauricio Lemos, over here, 20 years of age, very, very young, 6'1", good height, very high potential. Some are touting him in the 88th percentile for potential. He's worth 18.5 million and very cheap in the wages apparently. So you need to take some wages off the books. I don't know how the board is pressing on you. But anyway, if we continue on, decent enough pace, 72 sprint speed, decent enough acceleration as well, very good reaction, 76, not too bad. Not the strongest though. Remember, he is 20 and he is going to grow, but he's only at 75 strength. But he makes up for jumping and excellent defense. He's very skillful as a defender right here. He's got excellent slide tackling as well as marking and decent stand tackle and very, very good aggression and interceptions.
Okay, so one question I have for you, Head Scout. Do you think that he could fit into our system? Do you think he could provide defensive capabilities and be a strong Chelsea player to pair with players like Gary Cahill and Kurt Zouma and David Luiz?
The main issue with him that I did not bring up is, even though he possesses good pace and good reading of the game, I think he can fit in well. The only issue is that his stamina is not all that high. It's only at 66. Once again, he is a young player, but if you bring him in, he's not going to be ready for at least another year or two to really take on that mantle. If you want, if you have the time to develop a player, I think he's one of the best in the world. He has the potential to get there. But right now, I don't know if he's ready to go.
Okay, so who else would you suggest that I bring in? What are the other centre-back suggestions you have?
All right. The next one that I'm going with is one close to my heart, being American myself, and that is John Anthony Brooks. Of course, he plays in the Bundesliga. He plays for Hertha Berlin over here. And he's got an overall of 79 and potential of 85. So not as high potential as Lemos, but he's more solid out of the box right now. His stamina, once again, a little bit of a downer, but he's 6'4". He's 3 inches taller, and in the Prem, you're going to be going up against a lot of taller strikers. There's going to be a lot of crossing in the box. This guy can pretty much get to anything at 6'4". He's got the power header trait. His strength is at 80. He's got decent enough jumping at 6'4", heading accuracy at 85. Now his aggressions are a little bit lower than Lemos over there, but his interceptions are fine at 82, and his stand tackle is higher than Lemos, while it is a little bit lower than Lemos in the other two defensive stats. He's pretty good, and he's a little bit better at short passing and long passing out of the back. So if you want to play it kind of out of your back and work it through, he's definitely a player, and he's probably more ready to go right out of the box right now.
Now this is a very good find. I'm very impressed with you. Great work. John Anthony Brooks is a player that I have had experience with. Of course, in my past, I have managed Hertha Berlin. This guy really impressed me, so I'm very happy to see that you have thought that he would fit our criteria. He's a very athletic player, and as you said, B, he is going to be great out of the blocks. So I think that is definitely some great scouting work from you.
All right, thank you, Coach. Great minds think alike. So I want to hear that.
Well, I'll be onto the board now. I'll get Abramovich to give you a raise. Thank you very much for your work, B. Monis. Alright, so here we are, lads. We are at the start of the January transfer window. You would have just heard the suggestions that my scout, B. Monis, has brought back to me. We will get on to making moves for some of those players in a second, but we have to see here that Lucas Piazzon is coming back from Fulham, which will definitely be a great inclusion to the side. We also have a youth squad monthly report, a few decent players in here. This guy here though, Dan Jacobs, he's amazing. He's looking real good. 64 rated at 17, 75 to 93 potential. I'm going to keep him in the academy. I'm going to keep all these guys into the academy until they request for a first team contract. Otherwise, or unless there's a bunch of injuries. Now, taking a look at our budget, we have about $8.5 million in transfer, 40,000 in wages, so I'm going to have to be very strategic if I am to bring in some players. Worst case scenario, however, I will recall some of our loan players. So the number one player that I am interested in bringing in this transfer window is Gelson Martins. Look at some of those stats. This guy is looking absolutely awesome. I'm going to approach Sporting CP to try signing him. So financially, it's going to be very difficult, but I am going to probably offer up a player in the deal. So I know a lot of you guys probably will be a bit angry about this, but I am going to offer up Marco van Ginkel as the player in the swap deal. We've got an abundance of attacking midfielders, centre midfielders, and really, I think if we can do a straight swap, or a straight swap plus like 3 or 4 million for Martins, I think that's great business. And then for this other guy, this Sisto guy, I am just going to do a straight cash deal for him. No need to put in place because he's a lot cheaper than the other fella. So 4.4 million for the Norwegian. I think he's actually Danish. And then John Brooks, the American centre back who could come into the squad right now. I am going to look, maybe I'll put in Gary Cahill. I know a lot of you guys haven't been impressed with him. Actually, I'm going to go in and I'm just going to see if I can put up Branislav Ivanovic plus 4 million. I don't expect anything to come of it, but we'll give it a go. And I thought I would have a look at some of our loaned out players, and we've got a lot of loaned out players. Juan Cuadrado, I could loan him back and he could be a rotational right midfielder. Let me know, looking at any of these players, if you want me to bring them back, because we have a lot of quality out on loan. Like, look at this, Bogger, he is gone. We've got Christensen, he is another centre back option that I could bring back. In fact, I'm considering bringing him back if I can't get Brooks. We've got Lewis Baker, 75 rated at 21. Barber, he's friggin' 79 rated 22. We've just got so much goddamn quality. Traore, Atsu, Omareo, he's at Southampton, I think. Musonda, literally every player Chelsea has out on loan are freaking guns. Fellas, that is where I'm going to conclude today's episode. I'm really interested in hearing what you have to say, whether I should follow my scouts tips and try signing some new gun young players, or whether I should follow my gut instinct at the moment, which is just to recall some of our loaned out players. That kind of makes more sense in my head right now, but as always, let me know. Anyways, guys, if you did enjoy today's episode of the Chelsea Career Mode series, don't forget to leave a like on the button. Leave a like on the button. Good stuff, Jared. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. If you are new around here, we are posting Career Mode content on the daily. Check out my social media links, my Twitter, my Instagram. Both of those links will be down below, and also add my Snapchat at JarradHD. But most importantly, fellas, I hope you have a fantastic Friday. It has been JarradHD here. I'm out. Peace.